Hello, everyone, and welcome to Fluent English with Podcast. I'm Sophie.
And I'm Alan. Happy to be here with you again today.
Are you looking to improve your English listening and speaking skills?
Absolutely. And you know what's a great way to do that?
Let me guess. Talking in English.
Exactly. That's where Fluent English with Podcast comes in.
Here on our podcast, we use everyday conversations to help you learn new vocabulary and grammar in a fun and relaxed way.
We also focus on topics that are interesting and relevant to your lives. So you'll be learning English while you learn about different cultures, hobbies, and experiences.
Speaking of experiences, today's topic is all about hitting the open road trips.
Road trips are a fantastic way to explore new places, see amazing sights, and create lasting memories.
I've always loved road trips. When I was younger, my family would pack up the car and drive to the beach every summer. We'd stop at all these little towns along the way, and it was so much fun.
That sounds amazing. I remember taking a road trip with friends in college. We drove all the way across the country, and it was such an adventure. We saw national parks, camped under the stars, and just had a blast exploring together.
We've also heard some incredible stories from our listeners about their road trip experiences.
Absolutely. Today, we'll be featuring some of those stories, along with some fun conversations about road trips.
But before we get started, let's learn a few key words that will be helpful for our road trip journey.
Road trip, a long journey by car.
Destination, the place you are traveling to.
Scenery, the view or landscape that you see.
Stop, to pause your journey for a short period.
Adventure, an exciting or interesting experience.
Now, let's buckle up and get ready for some road trip fun.
Now, it's time to meet our first guest, Samuel. Samuel, tell us a little bit about yourself and your love for road trips.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for having me. I'm a wildlife biologist, and road trips are a big part of my job. I travel to different remote locations to study animal populations.
Wow, that sounds like a fascinating job. So, your road trips are a mix of work and adventure?
Exactly. Last year, I took a month-long road trip through the Rocky Mountains. I was researching a population of grizzly bears, and it involved a lot of driving and camping in the wilderness.
Sounds intense. Did you get to see any bears in their natural habitat?
Yes. One morning, I woke up to a mama bear and her cubs right outside my tent. It was an amazing experience, but also a little scary. Luckily, they were just looking for food and moved on quickly.
Wow, that must have gotten your adrenaline pumping. Did you have any challenges navigating such a remote area?
Absolutely. There were times when I had no cell service and got lost on some back roads. But I always managed to find my way eventually, and it was a great learning experience.
It sounds like you had to be resourceful, Samuel, but the chance to see wildlife in their natural habitat must have been incredible. Thanks so much for sharing your story with us.
You're welcome. It's definitely a road trip I'll never forget.
That was a fantastic story, Samuel. Your experience reminds us that road trips can be a chance to connect with nature and have truly unforgettable adventures.
So, you've decided to hit the road for an adventure. But before you pack your bags and crank up the tunes, there are a few things to consider.
Exactly. Let's listen in on a conversation between two friends, Emma and Liam, who are planning a road trip together.
Hey Liam, so I was thinking about our road trip next month. Are you excited?
Absolutely. I've been looking forward to it for ages. Where were we thinking of going again?
We talked about heading up the coast to Maine. There are some beautiful beaches and charming towns we could visit.
Maine sounds great. Have you started looking at places to stay?
A little bit. We could camp along the way, or maybe find some cute bed and breakfasts in the towns.
Camping sounds fun, but I wouldn't mind having a real bed some nights too. Maybe we can mix it up?
That's a good idea. We should also figure out what food to bring. Don't want to be stuck in the middle of nowhere with nothing to eat.
Good point. We can pack some snacks and non-perishables, but we should definitely stop at local restaurants to try the food.
Absolutely. Road trips are all about exploring new places, and that includes the food scene.
Exactly. We should also make a playlist for the car. Any genre preferences?
I'm open to anything. Maybe a mix of upbeat songs to keep us energized and some chill tunes for relaxing at the beach.
Sounds perfect. This road trip is going to be awesome.
I can't wait.
As you heard, there's a lot to think about when planning a road trip with a friend. Communication, compromise, and a sense of adventure are all key ingredients for a successful journey.
Definitely. Road trips can be journeys of discovery, filled with breathtaking scenery and exciting adventures. But sometimes, the best stories come from the unexpected detours and mishaps along the way. Let's hear from our listener, Isabella, who has a hilarious tale about a road trip gone slightly wrong.
Hi, Sophie and Alan. Thanks for letting me share my story. A few years ago, I was on a road trip with my college besties, Marco and Chloe. We were feeling adventurous and, fueled by a questionable travel app and a thirst for exploration, decided to take a shortcut on a back road during our journey to the Grand Canyon. Looking back, it was a decision that would lead to a day of laughter, frustration, and a newfound appreciation for cell service.
A shortcut, huh? Sounds like the beginning of an adventure story. What happened next?
Well, what started as a narrow, scenic path quickly transformed into a dirt track that seemed to get narrower and bumpier with every passing mile. At first, we were laughing, singing along to cheesy road trip anthems and feeling like intrepid explorers. But our amusement faded as the realization dawned that we might be a little too deep into uncharted territory.
Oh dear. Did you get stuck?
Speak of the devil. Just as those doubts crept in, the car lurched to a halt. One of the wheels had hit a rather large rock, and there we were, stranded in the middle of nowhere. To make matters worse, we were in a dead zone, no cell service. The initial panic quickly gave way to a mix of frustration and, I have to admit, a strange sense of camaraderie. We were stuck, but at least we were stuck together.
Sounds like a test of friendship. How long were you stranded for?
A couple of glorious hours under the desert sun, with only a bag of chips and a half-empty bottle of water for company. Just when we were about to resort to singing show tunes to passing tumbleweeds because, let's face it, we were that desperate for entertainment, a beat-up pickup truck appeared on the horizon. Our prayers, if you can call them that, were answered.
A lifesaver on wheels. What happened next?
The truck belonged to a kind rancher and his family who lived on a nearby farm. The dad, a man with a weathered face and a warm smile, took one look at our predicament and chuckled. Turns out our shortcut was notorious for leaving unsuspecting travelers stranded. Luckily, he had a tow truck and, after a few minutes of maneuvering, managed to pull us out of our dusty prison.
Wow, that was a lucky break. Did you learn anything from this experience?
Absolutely. We learned the importance of always checking the route beforehand and avoiding shortcuts, especially on unfamiliar roads. But most importantly, we learned that even mishaps can turn into funny stories with good friends by your side. Looking back, it's one of our favorite road trip memories, a hilarious reminder that sometimes the most scenic detours are the ones you don't plan for.
That's a fantastic point, Isabella. Thanks for sharing your story. It's a reminder that unexpected events can be part of the adventure, and with a little humor and good company, they can even become cherished memories.
Absolutely. Road trips are a fantastic opportunity to create lasting memories with family and friends. Let's listen in on a conversation between a family on a road trip: mom, dad, teenage daughter Sarah, and young son Ben.
We could stop for lunch at that little town up ahead. It looks like there's a charming cafe with outdoor seating.
Ugh, a cafe? Can't we just eat the snacks we packed? They're starting to feel a little lonely back there.
But cafes have cookies and milkshakes.
Fine. But I'm getting a healthy salad, not a cookie. Vacation doesn't mean giving up on all my good habits.
Sounds like a plan. Let's find some energetic music to cruise into town with. How about some requests?
Can we listen to something besides your classic rock playlists for once? There's so much amazing new music out there.
Yeah, can we play that new sound Ben told me about the other day? The one with the fast rhythm and the cool guitar riffs?
The one that sounds like a high-speed chase? Sure, let's see if I can find it on my phone.
Hey, that's it. This is actually pretty good, Dad.
See? Even us old folks can learn new tricks sometimes.
All right, settle down back there, adventurer. Looks like we're coming up on that town.
As you heard, road trips can be a fun way to connect with family and create lasting memories. Even the little conversations on the road can be a source of laughter and bonding.
As we've heard throughout this episode, road trips can be incredible adventures filled with unexpected detours, scenic landscapes, and memorable moments with loved ones.
Absolutely. Road trips aren't just about the destination, they're about the journey itself. They allow us to
Disconnect and unwind. Escape the daily grind and immerse yourself in new experiences.
bond with travel companions, share stories, laugh together, and create lasting memories.
Explore new places. Discover hidden gems, charming towns, and breathtaking natural wonders.
Learn about yourself. Step outside your comfort zone and challenge yourself in new ways.
Road trips can also be a budget-friendly way to travel. You can control your spending on food and accommodation by packing snacks, picnicking in parks, and camping along the way.
Of course, a little planning goes a long way. Before you hit the road, be sure to
Map out your route. Consider the distance, potential stops, and interesting sights along the way.
check your car. Ensure your vehicle is in good working condition to avoid any breakdowns.
Pack essentials. Don't forget important documents, snacks, comfortable clothing, and a first aid kit.
Most importantly, embrace the spirit of adventure. Be open to unexpected detours, try new things, and enjoy the quality time with your travel companions.
Thanks for joining us on this exploration of the wonderful world of road trips. We hope these tips and stories inspire you to plan your own adventure on the open road.
Happy travels, everyone.